Hello, my lady. My name is Jolene Wynn, and I am a certified life coach and the wife of a former porn addict. And today I am going to share with you the one lie that is keeping you stuck in betrayal trauma, the lie that we believe about trust. This is the first lie about trust that I uncovered for myself when my husband was struggling with his own pornography addiction. And the lie is that you should trust him. Okay, here's what happens. If you think you should trust him and you don't, then what's going to happen is you're going to feel stuck trying to convince yourself out of how you're feeling. This is what happened to me. When my husband was struggling with his pornography addiction, I tried to convince myself that I did trust him, even though that didn't really resonate with me. It didn't feel like I trusted him. I didn't feel trusting toward him. And yet I thought, no, now he's in recovery. Now he's starting to tell me the truth. He's no longer lying. I should trust him. And I tried to think my way out of how I was feeling. And if you're doing that, if you have this belief that you should trust him, especially if he's starting to work on it, if he's starting to share things with you, if he's starting to do all the right things and go to therapy and meetings and whatever it is that makes you think he's starting to move forward and work on this, then your brain's going to think, well, no, I should trust him because he's doing all the right things now. And you're going to try and talk your way out of how you're feeling, but that never works. They're two separate systems. Okay, we have our cognitive thinking brain, and then we have our emotions, and they're two different things. You cannot think your way out of how you are feeling. Okay, so when you try to do that, it's just going to keep you stuck because your emotion is just going to be there longer. You cannot convince yourself out of your emotions, and you don't have to. Okay, I want you to start breaking up with the lie that you should trust him. And I want to offer to you that it's totally okay if you don't right now. It doesn't mean you have to stay there. It doesn't mean your marriage is doomed. It doesn't mean you can't change this eventually. But if you are struggling right now with a contrast between what you think and what you feel, then I want to offer that that's totally fine and it's okay to stay there. Because what's happening right now is you're just keeping yourself stuck, trying to convince yourself that you trust him when you actually don't. So I give you permission not to trust him, and it's totally fine.